Need to DDX a patient with you.
I thought you had a team for that.
According to Foreman, they're only for DDXing people who are still alive.
You have a dead patient?
Bigotry is born when we add modifiers. I don't see creed, color, pulse.
Foreman will find out you're taking this case and he'll bust you. But you know that, which means you want to go back to jail? Because it's the one place you're unable to indulge your self-destructive habits.
Yeah. It's much more likely that I'm taking this case because I miss showering with Cro-Magnons than that I actually happen to find it interesting. 4-year-old kid. His kidneys died, they transfused, his lungs died, he died.
Have you seen Bride of the Monster? I just got the Ed Wood box set.
What if the chicken was the egg? What if the lung involvement came first?
I don't really care about the movie. I just don't want to indulge your...
Lupus.
Because this is a bad idea, House.
If the kid had a rash or some circulation issue. Damn! Sorry, just realized I'm late for my anger management class.
Traffic, for sure. Taxes?
Definitely taxes.
Spoiled grandchildren.
Platitudes.
Any others?
And I lose my temper when someone suggests that a handful of pop-psych catchphrases can control our most seminal, intractable, and natural reaction to a dead child. Am I right, Emery?
I don't think Emery wants to share right now.
They blew it, didn't they? They missed your son's rash. Faint one on his cheeks.
He didn't have a rash. I think we should talk about Lena's grandchildren.
They're alive. Is he sensitive to sunlight?
No. Greg.
Cold fingers and toes?
No.
Wegener's granulomatosis. I need to examine your son.
You're a bit late for that, you ass.
With you and your wife's consent, we can get an exhumation order. Find out what killed him.
Ex-wife. And you'll never get her consent. She's moved on. New hub, new kid. She wants nothing to do with Drew's death. Or me.
You're angry because your kid died. But more than that, because you don't have an answer. People need answers.
He's in a crypt at St. Jude Cemetery.
This rate, I'm gonna need to pick out a plot for myself.
Thanks to your generous donation, you have all morning.
More like 13 minutes.
Before we proceed any further, Doctor, I'd like to inquire as to exactly what procedure you intend to perform on the remains.
You ever heard of the North American Man-Dead Boy Love Association?
I consider these grounds to be a holy place, and I would ask you to observe them with due decorum.
So you're taking bribes to plunder graves, and I need to show respect. I think they got the cause of death wrong. And if I find a hole in the cartilage of his nose right about here, that means I'm right.
Please be respectful. I prepared the sarcophagus for you.
Thank you, Igor.
It's Milton.
You owe me a new pair of pants.
She is pregnant. Test came back positive.
So, she lost the use of her arms and her innocence. A vengeful god, or
Cerebral tumor.
Vasculitis.
MS.
I gather from the silence that Chase isn't there.
No, I'm here. Where are you?
Nowhere, he said cryptically. I assume you concur with the diagnosis?
Absolutely.
Even though there are 3 diagnoses, and MS and vasculitis usually get better with pregnancy.
Yeah, I was saying I agreed with the other one.
He's had his eyebrows waxed.
I met a woman who likes her men well groomed.
All over? I assume from the silence that Chase has had a Brazilian.
Cool. Interesting.
Ouch.
Question is this really about a woman? Or is it about something more profound?
Another question is, could the paresthesia be caused by an STD?
HIV-related mononeuritis multiplex.
I gather from the silence that either you all agree with Chase or you're just staring at his emasculated brow. In either case, test for HIV and do an MRI to rule out tumors. And check Chase for testosterone.
Bruising be caused by physical trauma?
You think she fell out of bed repeatedly?
A blood disorder, maybe thrombocytopenia.
A vitamin K deficiency or scurvy could explain bleeding problems, and pregnancy could exacerbate it.
Boys do a home search, girls do lab tests. Pretty sure that's not sexist.
Where have you been?
Picking up dry cleaning, filling up the tank, violating the dead. If you don't believe me, call a monitoring company.
I did. Unfortunately, the Patuxent River Naval Air Station was GPS testing and disrupted the signal. At the exact same 45 minutes you weren't here.
If I'd known I had 45 minutes of freedom, I'd have gone hang gliding.
I admire the creativity. But what happens when the stunt doesn't work? Think you're gonna have to pay off a bet? Think I'm gonna triple your clinic hours? I'm gonna call your PO and you're gonna go back to jail.